10:30. I will now ask for that the live stream is started.
I confirm, Mr. Chairman, the live stream has been started.
Thank you very much. Before I formally start the meeting, I confirm this meeting has been held in accordance with the Licensing Act of 2003 and the Licensing Act Hearing Regulations of 2005, which allow councils to make their own arrangements for licensing subcommittees to hear matters in connection with premises licence. So, I will begin by introducing those present in the room with me. I'm Councillor Paul Andrews. I'm the chairperson of the Licensing Subcommittee. Joining me today are Councillor Polly Andrews to my left, Councillor John Hardwick to my right, and Councillor Claire Davis is here, but only as an observer. She won't have any part in the meeting. To my immediate left is the legal advisor to the subcommittee, Alice McAlpine. Also joining and observing is Lorna Lucas. She's just here as an observer today. She's another legal advisor to the subcommittee. Clerk to the subcommittee is Sarah Buffrey. Technical support is Alfie Rees-Glinos. And on behalf of the licence authorities, Emma Bowell, Licence and Technical Officer. Also in attendance from West Mercia Police is PC Chris Lee. Okay, I will go to each remote attendee to confirm that they can hear and be heard. So if you could verbally confirm that you'll be able to hear me, and I will confirm in response that I can hear you. Where practical, please allow your video switched on so you can be seen by the members in attendance and the public watching. So I think it's the licence holder or the DPS, Ina Truly. Can you hear?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I can hear you and see you clearly. Thank you. Thank you. I would like to welcome everyone to today's meeting. The council is video and audio streaming this meeting on the internet and making a recording. The recording forms part of the public record of the meeting and will be available on the council's website. Please remember, what you say and do in this meeting has a global reach, and your words and actions should be chosen carefully. There are some additional points for members and officers to be aware of. As part of the meeting etiquette, all microphones apart from mine will be placed on mute at the start and during the meeting. I will run through the agenda in the customary way. Please note the chat facility has been switched off to ensure that attendees' contributions can be offered through the spoken voice and for the public record. Please ensure all mobile devices are switched off to prevent interference with the audio and video system. If any remote attendee loses connection, the meeting will be paused to assert if the connection can be restored quickly. If it is not possible to recover the connection with a reasonable amount of time, the meeting will continue as long as the quorum of subcommittee members remains able to hear the proceedings and be heard. Obviously, they're in the room anyway. If you plan to leave before the end of the meeting, please can you indicate this in advance. Are there any questions about the procedures before we continue? No? Okay. Apologies for absent, please.
There are none, Chair.
Okay, and obviously there's no name substitutes. Right. Declarations are introduced. Are there any Schedule 1, Schedule 2 or other interests to be declared for the items on the agenda today? Could you please do this by raising your hand, and I will ask you to speak to notify the meeting which item you have an interest in and the nature of that interest. Anybody? No? Thank you. Okay, so item agenda number 5. Purpose: to reconsider an application for review of a premises licence in IRA Limited TA Europe 24 Irongate, Hereford, HR4 0AB. So I will now go to the Emma Bowell on behalf of the licensing authority.
Thank you, Chair. So the recommendation is that the subcommittee determine the application with a view to promote the licensing objectives. They should give appropriate weight to steps that are appropriate to promote those licensing objectives, West Mercia Police's application for the review, the guidance issued to local authorities under the Licensing Act 2003, representations including any supporting information presented by all parties, and the Herefordshire Council licensing policy of 2020 to 2025. Reasons for this is it ensures compliance with the Licensing Act 2003. There are a number of options open to the committee in relation to the review. These are the modification of the conditions to the premise licence, exclusion of any licensable activities, the removal of a designated premises supervisor or DPS from the licence, the suspension of the licence for a period not exceeding 3 months, and the revocation of the licence. Where the authority takes the step mentioned in bullet point 1 and 2 above, it may provide that the modification or exclusion is have effect for only such period which doesn't exceed 3 months. The licensing authority must take into account any relevant representations made. The details of the application are: the applicant was West Mercia Police, the date received was the 29th of July 22, and the 28-day consultation period started on the 30th of July 22, and ended 28 days later on the 26th of August 22. The application for review can be found at Appendix 1. Copies of the application were sent to the premise licence holder and all responsible authorities. In brief, the grounds for review are: West Mercia Police launched the review under the licensing objective Prevention of Crime and Disorder due to an investigation by the police for handling and selling of stolen goods. So a bit about the premises history. The premise was first licensed in November 16 as a European convenience store selling alcohol. The premises licence holder was IRI Limited and the DPS was Ina Trulene. On the 6th of March 18, the licensing authority received an application to transfer from IRI Limited to IGLE Limited, the DPS remaining the same. On the 30th of June 2020, the premises and current DPS was brought before the licensing committee. Trading Standards, as a responsible authority, launched a review for the sale of illegal tobacco. This resulted in the premises licence being suspended for the maximum period of 3 months following the 21-day appeal process. The decision was not appealed at Magistrates Court. An application to transfer the premise licence from IGL Limited to MIGL Limited was received by the Licensing Authority on the 19th of July 22 and was subsequently granted on the 3rd of August 22. The Licensing Authority did not receive an application to bury DPS, therefore Ina Trulene remained at the DPS at the premises. The current licence found at Appendix 2 authorises the following: sale and supply of alcohol for consumption off the premises, Monday to Friday, 09:30 to 2000 hours, Saturday 10 AM until 2000 hours, and Sunday 11 AM to 1600 hours. The licence is also subject to a number of conditions. So the circumstances leading to the review. No shoplifters were seen entering the store in April 22 with items of property. Those items were subsequently identified as stolen. Police attended the store on the 16th of April and identified the stolen items on display. West Mercia Police will be following my report so they can go through that in detail after. One representation was received from Herefordshire Council Trading Standards and can be found at Appendix 3. No representations were received from members of the public. Any decision may have an impact on the local community. This report is in relation to a premise licence under the Licensing Act 2003, and as such there are minimal environmental impacts. There are a number of equality duties and financial implications and legal implications that are set out in the report. However, there are unlikely to be any financial implications for the council at this time. There is a right of appeal under Schedule 5 of the Licensing Act 2003. That appeal should be made to Magistrates Court and must be made within 21 days, beginning with the day on which the appellant was notified by the Licensing Authority of the decision. There was little risk management, as it allows for the 21-day appeal, and all responsible authorities were consulted and members of the public living within Herefordshire. Appendices 1 to 3 were found at the back of this report, and there were no supplements. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Emma. I'll now go to the questions from members at the moment.
Not currently, Chairman.
No, thank you. Right. I'll now go to PC Chrisley on behalf of West Mercia Police.
Morning, thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Europe is a small convenience store selling a wide range of food and drink products and is located in Ingate in Hereford Town Centre. The premises licence holder is, I will spell it out, MIGLE Limited, and Ina Trulene is the designated premises supervisor. On the 11th of April 2022, a known shoplifter has been seen to enter the store called Europe with items property, namely electrical items. The items have been identified locally as being stolen from another premises, which was later confirmed by the police. Police have attended the premises and have located the items of the property identified as stolen on sale within the premises. The person in charge of the shop at the time was arrested on suspicion of handling stolen goods. Subsequently, a search was conducted of the premises, and a large quantity of prescription medication was also seized from under the counter following a search of the premises by police. The premises is not a licensed pharmacy. On Wednesday, the 18th of May, the designated premises supervisor attended the police station and was interviewed under caution for the offence of handling stolen goods. On Monday, the 16th of July, police attended the shop to formally report the designated premises supervisor for court summons. Whilst at the store, the same male who previously was identified as having brought stolen goods into the store was seen to enter the store with a bag containing bottles of alcohol, which were later confirmed as also being stolen from another premises. The designated premises supervisor is due to attend court, I think later this month, in connection with the matter. So, with that in mind, there are numerous concerns West Mercia Police have in connection with this premises. I'd ask the committee to consider the following, and that is previous offending by the premises with regards to illegal tobacco and the sale of it, which obviously is in your notes, which was supplied by trading standards and the concerns that they raise. Obviously, at that time, the premises received a 3-month suspension of selling alcohol at the time. Obviously, we've also got this issue around the premises having had a quantity of prescription medication behind the counter, for which they've received a warning letter from the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Authority. I've also got a concern around if stolen items are coming in and being sold at the premises, there is no regulation around quality assurance of those products as well. That's a matter that obviously trading standards would have brought to your attention, I'm sure. And I've just got a concern with the public being at risk with these products and items. The guidance issued under the Licensing Act 2003 sees this activity as serious, and that serious consideration to fully revoke the premises alcohol licence should be considered, as it is believed that the prevention of crime and disorder licensing objective is clearly being undermined. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Any questions from members at the moment? Okay, I'll go to Ina Truling, the licence holder. Can you hear?
Yes.
Please.
So, first of all, I would like to say that on the day when police came to the shop, I wasn't there. I was on holiday with my children. And policeman Kate was texting me a lot of messages, which I wanted to clarify what items was taken from the shop and what medicine, which still I don't know. I would like as well to have a next meeting. Police took a recorder, and in recorder, my recorder is with a sound. They came looking for A-class drugs, and my sales assistant said the names of that, but I need a recorder to clarify what kind of drugs they've been looking, because they didn't find anything. They took drugs which on sale. When I went to police station, I can show you. It's diclofenac. You can even buy it on Amazon or eBay. Another one, they took paracetamol. They showed me pictures. Another one, they took omeprazole. This is from the acid relief. You can buy it online from even in Tesco or Asda, wherever you want to. And then toilet syrup from cough. Can they, I asked for a list of the medicine they taken. I did not receive. With stolen items, I had 2 hearings in a court. The court said, firstly, they said, we're talking about 80 pounds of items. Police said it's 80 pounds worth of items. At first, they said it was 3 speakers and a Hoover. but it was 3 Hoovers and a speaker. And I didn't sell them. It was on a, and I want that video. I didn't sell. It was without anything. It was on the top of the freezer. On the top of the freezer, because the man who came, he was on his knees and he was begging for money because his girlfriend was in hospital. And I told that to police. So I didn't sell, I didn't do anything with them. He said he will come back after a week time and he will collect the items. He said he bought it from Carbot online. He was on his knees begging money. I didn't sell, it was without price. It was just on a freezer, on the top of a freezer. When I went to the court said it can't be any hearing because very small amount and I didn't sell them nothing. So I even got a letter that policeman Kate offered me to sign the caution, but I don't agree. I don't agree with the caution. I don't agree with anything. So my next hearing is on 22nd of this month.
Okay. Have you finished? Sorry.
Yes, yes, I did.
Right.
And what I would like to say about policeman Cave, he was texting me a lot of messages, which my solicitor in London found out that policemen cannot text message every single day and asking, are you in a shop? Are you working in a shop? Or I would like to come to your home address to speak with you.
Okay. Right. Thank you.
Is it right from policemen? I showed these messages to my solicitor, and we're gonna deal with that.
Ms. Julian, apologies, but this isn't relevant to the licensing hearing. So just if you have a complaint against the police, then that it should be dealt with through separate channels.
Yes, I will. Of course, I will.
Okay. Right. Okay. Thank you. Right. Members, if you've got any questions?
I'm trying to clarify here, Chairman. I'm sorry, sometimes it's a little difficult to understand you. You're trying to say that you weren't there and you didn't try and sell these goods. Is that correct?
No, I didn't sell them.
Thank you.
And I want the policemen, because they took the recorder. They took the recorder, and I want.
I'm really sorry, Ms. Julian. This isn't relevant to the licensing.
It is because they took the recorder.
There are matters between yourself and West Mercia Police. We just need to look at whether effectively you've upheld the licensing objectives, including that of prevention of crime and disorder.
Okay.
Could I just also perhaps clarify, prescription medicines, what were they? Anybody know?
They were, as I understand it, they were from Bulgaria.
Right.
They are Bulgarian.
No.
That's as I understand it from the officer in case.
Right, thank you.
But there was a warning letter set that the items were submitted, what we had was listed and sent to this agency, quite quoted, and they decided off that they would send a warning letter.
Right, thank you.
Ongoing.
That is clarifying these points. Thank you very much.
I did not receive the warning letter with a list of the medicine was taken.
Right, okay. Councillor Harden.
I'd just like clarification really of the holder of the premises licence. There's been a change in the company. I wonder whether Mrs. Trilling could actually give us a little bit of information with regards to the
Yes, I can explain why I'm changing the companies, because on my sister's name it was another company. It's Migle, which one I'm changing from to. I had a shop in Cardiff on my sister's name, and I was premises licensed, and I closed the shop in July. because I'm not working in a shop and to paying salaries and everything. So I transferred that shop here. I transferred that company here in 24 Iron Gate. I was premises license holder in Cardiff as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, sorry, carrying on from what Councillor Hardwick was saying. Are you, so the new company, are you a director or sole trader of? Can you confirm that?
I am working in that company
Yeah, but
as an employee.
employee.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay. No more questions?
Not at the moment, thank you, Chair.
No? Okay. Right, what time is it? Yeah. Right, okay, the subcommittee will now adjourn to discuss the application. We'll come back in 20 minutes, which will
Okay.
be 11 minutes past the hour of 11. For any remote attendees, I'd be grateful if you could rejoin the meeting 5 minutes prior to the end of the adjournment in case there are any technical issues which need to be resolved. I will now ask the live stream. Please could the live stream recommence?
Apologies, Chairman, it's taking a while.
Yeah.
I confirm, Chairman, the live stream has been restarted.
Thank you very much. Okay, well, welcome back to the Licensing Subcommittee. We will now read the decision of the subcommittee. Right. Decision. The subcommittee's decision is to revoke the licence. Reasons for: the subcommittee has taken into account the written representations from trading standards, the written and in-person representation from the police, and the person representation from the designated premises supervisor. The subcommittee is concerned that there have been repeated failures to uphold the licensing objective of prevention of crime and disorder. The subcommittee has also regard for statutory guidance under section 182, specifically paragraphs 11.27 and 11.28 of the guidance, and given the seriousness of the matter, feels the only appropriate measure is to revoke the licence. That is our decision. Thank you. Can I please now ask for the live stream to be stopped?
Is it stopped? Live stream?
Live stream.
Yes.